Hello again folks, it's a lovely sunny day today and I'm in the little tractor shed having a go at my tractor. This is my Westwood tractor. It's a T1800 model and I've had it 13 years, and I've taken the cutter deck off. It's outside at the moment because the blades need sharpening and also it's very noisy. Well, this is the cutting deck here, and as you can see it's quite a large animal. It's got a cutting width of 42 inches and it's really heavy. I've taken this off and done some stuff inside, but I'm going to lift it up so you can see underneath. It's blooming heavy as well. Ugh. I'm getting too old for this, folks. You can see the three blades here. In actual fact, they're totally worn out. The ends of the blades here, that should be square, and the corners have worn right off, as you can see. This is the cutting edge here on both sides. Obviously I can sharpen that, but this is so bad. So what I've done, I've actually found a source of supply and I've ordered 3 new blades, which hopefully will come tomorrow and I can put them on. The problem with the bearing, the noisy bearing, is in this housing here. And there are 2 bearings in, there are 3 housings and 2 bearings in each. And this one was really noisy, so noisy that I had to use headphones when I was cutting because it was so bad it hurt your ears. But I've actually taken that apart and I've actually repaired that. The other thing I wanted to show you with the deck, the other problem is these scout wheels. There are 4 of these fairly heavy duty plastic wheels. They're supposed to stop this hitting the ground, they just keep it off the ground. And as you can see, they are very badly worn. And obviously I can buy some new ones, but I've got plenty of time on my hands, so I'm going to have a go at fixing these. So when we go in the workshop, I'll show you what my idea is. Got the wheels on the bench. I'll put that one aside from it. This is the one I've just showed you on the tractor, which I've just taken off. As you can see, it's really wobbly, and I'm going to take it apart and show you what's what. Obviously got a nut and a thick washer and another little washer. And then this pulls out. That's the bolt. I mean that's not worn much, so that'll be fine, that bolt. Then you've got the wheel itself and a bush inside. There's the wheel. Now that hole is obviously got enlarged over time, and this is the important part. This is the little spacer, the wheel spacer, and as you can see, if you look at that end, you can see how thick it is on the one side and thin on the other, and if you look at the opposite end, it's even worse. It's very thin there, so that's absolutely worn out, so that's no good at all, and that's going to wobble about something cruel in there. So there's not much I can do with that, really, except unless I got some of those, and even then they wouldn't fit properly in there, so because the wheel's worn as well. Now, people watching this are going to be thinking, silly old fool, why didn't he just go and buy some wheels? You know, well, actually, I can do that. They're like £15 odd each, and there's 4 of them, so you know that's £60, coupled with the fact that I haven't got them now, so I'd have to order them, and I don't know how long it will take in the present circumstances, but either way they're okay apart from that. So why not try fix them? Even if I do this, it's not costing me any money apart from my time, which doesn't matter in this case. And you see, what have I got to lose? If I do this and if I put these bushes in and spend a bit of time doing it, it'll take me a bit longer putting new wheels on, obviously. But the thing is, if it doesn't work, I can still buy new wheels later and stick them on. They're a piece of cake to put on. There's only 1 nut and 1 bolt, so it's easy to do. So why not have a go? That's my attitude, and that's what I'm going to do. Those spacers, these spacers look, so I'd have to buy 4 of those as well. So, you know, there's another like 8 or 9, say 10 quid with postage for those as well. So we're talking about sort of 70 quid then for 4 wheels that I can possibly bodge. So I'll show you what I've done with the other one. I'm rabbiting on as usual. I'm going to show you the other wheel and what I've done with it. This is the wheel that I've had a go at bodging. Let's just get this out of the way because there's a lot of grass in that here. You can't see what I'm doing. I'll get me a little brush and just brush that rubbish out the way. It's nice to have a clean work surface to work on. There you go, that's better, isn't it? See there again, scrimping, a scrimper's brush. It broke off there. Actually, it didn't break off there. My grandson was using it and he broke it off, which is something he's quite well known for doing. Anyway, rather than throw it away, I had a piece of old beech there and I know it's stupid, I know you're going to think what an old fool he is, but I just fitted it in there and put a couple of rivets in, and I've had that thing like that for a couple of years now, and it's a good little brush and it's fine, so why not? If more people did this, there wouldn't be half as much waste in the world. It's a scrimper's brush. It's a scrimper's brush. Anyway, I don't know what I'm going on about the brush for. Right, where was I? Look, I know it's a bit daft doing this, and I can see people at home watching this thinking, silly old fool, just go and buy some new wheels. Well, I could do that, but it gives you satisfaction. That's the thing about scrimping. It's not about money so much. I think, you know, people get the wrong impression of scrimpers. They think if you're a scrimper, it comes from scrimp and save, doesn't it, I suppose? You know, all you're interested in is saving money. Well, I don't think it is that, naturally that. It's not in my case. My reason for scrimping is because I sort of enjoy it, and it's an achievement. If you've got something that's broken and you can mend it, all too often these days, people get something faulty. What happens? They scrap it. It's not good for the world. I mean, this is recycling, isn't it? If you scrimp and you repair things, you're helping actually. And it gives you a sense of satisfaction that you've actually managed to repair something that most people wouldn't even bother with. Understandably, of course. Not everybody has the facilities, and not everybody's daft enough to keep all these bits of junk. There's something wrong with me in my brain, I think. It's like an illness. If I see something, I think, well, has that got a use? There's got to be a use for it. And if I can think of a use, then I'll save it and pop it in the shed. I've done the one wheel, and it's pretty good actually, I think. Found these metal sleeves. There's a short one and a long one, and whilst the two together isn't quite exactly what I wanted, it'll do the job. And I've put a little washer in between just to make it that little bit proud of the wheel so it doesn't jam. And the hole size in the centre is somewhat larger, but I've got these bolts here. Being as it's a larger diameter, it fits better in the sleeve. It's almost perfect for the job. So by boring the wheel out to this diameter, that fits in nicely, and I can use the 3/8 bolt. I just have to drill the hole or ream the hole out on the mower deck just to accommodate that, because it's only the smaller bolt. But I think that'll make it stronger anyway, all round, a stronger sort of axle for the wheel. And I've got the shorter one on there, you see, and going through the wheel, that's almost exactly perfect. The only thing I'll have to do is put two nuts on. I could use a lock-in nut, but these are 3/8, and I don't know whether I've got any 3/8 lock-in nuts. I could probably sort about, but if I put two nuts on there, that will act as a lock-in nut anyway, and I think that'll spin quite freely and should last quite a while. That's not a bad job, I don't think. Well, the blades have arrived, and I've already fitted the two. You can see they're enormously different to the original ones. This is the old blade, and you can see the difference between the old blade and the new blade. Incredible, the amount of metal that's worn off it, so it should make quite a difference. Probably balance better as well, because there'll be more balance than these when they're worn out. Anyway, I just got the last blade to fit on, and that should be it then. Make sure I get it the right way up. By the way, these are mulching, it's a mulching cutter. It just chops everything up and deposits it back on the ground, which is better when you've got a lot of grass to cut. It has got a collector, but I don't use it very often. I'll just do this last one up, and that should be it then. I'm about the right side. I want them quite tight. I always put some oil on the threads so that I can get them off again next time. Bit more. I'll just check the others. They're okay. You have to watch your hands, they're quite sharp actually. And they're new. There you go. So that's it, 3 new blades fitted. I put a bearing in there, I fitted 3 new blades, and I've repaired all the wheels. They're lovely and smooth now, look. I don't know how long it'll last like that, mine. But hopefully that should keep it going for a while. So the next job is to fit it back on the tractor, and then I'm finished, hopefully. Mainly I did it about showing how a scrimper repairs the wheels. It's all about scrimping rather than repairing a mower. Right, I've finished doing the tractor now. I've got the cutter deck back on, and I'm just going to give it a run so you can see what it works like.